chapter 2566. Those who find it difficult cannot do it, and those who can do it will not find it difficult. The law of time rose and a path emerged.
Time goes back.
The scene in Lin Moyu's eyes changed, replaying the moments when the thunder beasts appeared, revealing the gaps torn by their emergence and the objects behind those gaps. He looked at not just one but many.
It turns out to be like this.
Lin Moyu finally saw clearly that behind these small gaps were origin crystals. These origin crystals were different from those he had seen before. The origin crystals he had seen before had no special properties and could be considered universal. But the origin crystals he saw this time had specific properties. The origin crystals with properties had some special functions, making them more valuable than the universal origin crystals.
These origin crystals are not of high level. They are only second level and are just ordinary grade. Thunder beasts are evolved from origin crystals. The most important thing is that these origin crystals are connected to each other, forming a certain formation.
After watching repeatedly, Lin Moyu finally determined that the reason these origin crystals could evolve into thunder beasts was mainly because they formed a formation. The farther he went, the more formation nodes he activated, and the number of thunder beasts that appeared increased accordingly. Based on Lin Moyu's understanding of formations, this was not a complicated formation, but its nodes could be countless. According to the current situation, it was normal for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of thunder beasts to appear in the end. And the more nodes of the formation that were activated, the greater the power, and the stronger the thunder beasts would become. Currently, the thunder beasts were only at a low-level Tianzuan realm, but there was no guarantee that mid-level or even high-level Tianzuan realm thunder beasts wouldn't appear in the future. It wouldn't take many. Tens of thousands of high-level Tianzuan realm thunder beasts, combined with their characteristics, would be a headache for him. The problem to solve now was to crack the formation hidden behind the thunder.
This is a weapon formation. With my current understanding of formations, I can't crack it yet. If it were a talisman formation, it would be fine, but it's a weapon formation.
Lin Moyu frowned. His understanding of weapon formations was too limited, and his foundation was weak. If it were a talisman formation, he could crack it in minutes. Weapon formations and talisman formations have similarities and differences. Lin Moyu suddenly thought of Lu Fengqing and used the jade token given by Lu Fengqing. Since he didn't understand weapon formations, he would learn it now. It's not impossible to learn and apply it immediately.
I hope it's useful.
Lin Moyu's heart moved, and he summoned the 2nd to 10th Legion commanders in succession. He gave orders for the 1st to 10th Legion commanders, with their own dragon cavalry legions, to cooperate and resist the thunder beasts. The next second, he took 3 steps in a row. The 5th batch of thunder beasts, 800 heads. The 6th batch of thunder beasts, 1,600 heads. The 7th batch of thunder beasts, 3,200 heads. Almost simultaneously, 5,600 thunder beasts rushed out. The 10 Legion commanders also summoned a large number of dragon cavalry corps to fight the thunder beasts. The void was occupied by thunder beasts and dragon cavalry corps, and the battle was fierce. Lin Moyu, his whole body wrapped in the law of time, began to study the knowledge of formations in the jade card at the fastest speed. The time avenue roared, and Lin Moyu's personal time began to accelerate. 1 second passed in the outside world, but 3 seconds passed for Lin Moyu. His time was accelerated threefold, giving him more time. Time in the origin continent is as stable as space, and it is very difficult to change time. With his current ability, he could accelerate time in the world by 1-fold. But on the origin continent, he could only accelerate it 3-fold with all his strength. Under 3-fold acceleration, the laws of the avenue became chaotic. In this state, he couldn't comprehend and study the laws at all. Fortunately, the content in the jade card was just the basic knowledge of formations, which had nothing to do with the law and was not effective. Lin Moyu turned into a knowledge absorber, quickly taking in a lot of information about formations and understanding it rapidly. Lin Moyu found that his talent for formations was not inferior to his talent for runes. He comprehended it very quickly with almost no bottleneck. The principles of formations, the methods of arranging formations, the composition forms of formations, and various information were all quickly understood and mastered. As time passed, the thunder road behind him slowly evolved into a sea of thunder. Even if a Taoist master entered the sea of thunder, they would be skinned. If a heavenly venerable entered, they would surely die. An hour later, the battle between the dragon riders and the thunder beasts came to an end, and the number of thunder beasts was decreasing. Nearly 6,000 thunder beasts were all killed. The thunder sea finally came behind Lin Moyu.
Master! Master, wake up!
The Legion commanders shouted one after another, knowing that the thunder sea was very dangerous. Finally, when the thunder sea was about to arrive, Lin Moyu took another step forward. Boom! More than 6,000 pairs of eyes lit up at the same time, and this time there were 6,400 thunder beasts. Lin Moyu's eyes shot out a brilliant light, and his fingers flicked continuously. 10 origin crystals, almost in no particular order, shot into the gaps torn by the thunder beasts and collided with the origin crystals behind the gaps. The positions of the 10 origin crystals shot by Lin Moyu were all particular and different. They almost didn't distinguish between the first and the last order and knocked down their targets at the same time. The origin crystals that were ejected knocked away the origin crystals behind the thunder, and the 10 nodes in the formation changed instantly. The thunder beasts that were about to evolve also dissipated at this moment. The formation stopped running, and the evolution failed. Lin Moyu smiled lightly.
It turned out to be so simple.
Many things are difficult for those who don't know, but easy for those who do. Lin Moyu was helpless with the formation behind the thunder before. After mastering the basic knowledge of weapon formations, he realized that this formation was so simple. The formation hidden behind the thunder was not an advanced formation but just a second-level formation. This formation is called the stacking wave formation, and its only function is to continuously increase the nodes, with almost no upper limit. This formation is used in many places, especially in some sects, which can combine their own formations with the stacking wave formation to increase the formation nodes in large quantities to enhance the power of the main formation. Strictly speaking, the stacking wave formation is not the main formation but exists as an auxiliary formation. The formation itself is not surprising. The real thing that can evolve the thunder beasts is the thunder in the void. Without these thunders, the stacking wave formation is rubbish. But similarly, without the stacking wave formation, these thunders can't evolve so many thunder beasts. Lin Moyu felt satisfied after breaking through the situation, and the sense of achievement he hadn't felt for a long time made him excited. He walked step by step on the increasingly wide thunder road, and no more thunder beasts appeared. He walked all the way to the end. Lin Moyu stood at the end of the thunder road.
Sure enough, just as I guessed, we still have to fight in the end.
2567 2567. ## chapter 2567. I've been waiting for a long time. At the end of the thunder road, a colossal thunder beast lay in wait. All the previous thunder beasts seemed like child's play compared to this one. This thunder beast was enormous, exuding the aura of a high-level Tianzuan. Lin Moyu sensed that it would be more challenging to deal with than a typical high-level Tianzuan. In the void, the stacking wave formation behind the thunder had evolved into thunder beasts. This beast was the initiator and the true source of the formation. When Lin Moyu cracked the stacking wave formation earlier, he had already realized that there must be a significant entity behind the formation, serving as the center of the entire array. The existence of the stacking wave formation was merely to borrow its power. As expected, he saw this massive entity. Lin Moyu's arrival woke the beast. It opened its eyes and let out a low roar. In an instant, thunder filled the sky, sweeping through the entire space. Countless thunderbolts came from all directions, hitting the Thunder Beast King and causing its power to surge sharply. The mighty pressure rolled over and rushed toward Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's body shook, and the immortal golden body activated, his whole body shining with golden light, blocking the pressure. He looked at the void on all sides.
Fortunately, The thunder in the void did not merge with it, otherwise there would be no need to fight.
Based on his previous experience dealing with thunder beasts, if the thunder in the void merged with it, its power would be almost endless. Then there would be no need to fight. Facing a being with a higher realm than himself with endless power, and who could not be beaten or torn apart, unless a Taoist master intervened, he would be unable to deal with it at all. But fortunately, the thunder in the void, except for the first wave that empowered it, did not merge with it. Then it could still be dealt with using the same method as before.
Kill him!
Lin Moyu commanded the Legion commanders. The 10 Legion commanders waved their swords simultaneously.
Kill!
In an instant, countless dragon riders rushed out. Knowing the opponent's strength, they did not hold back. Countless dragon riders occupied a large area of the void and charged toward the Thunder Beast King from all directions. The Thunder Beast King finally woke up completely, roaring as lightning exploded from its body, turning into an endless sea of thunder. In an instant, the Dragon Rider Corps collapsed collectively. The power of the Sea of Thunder was too strong, and they died upon contact. Lin Moyu and the Legion leaders were not surprised by this result. The first batch of Dragon Riders died, and the second batch rushed out immediately.
Bone slash!
With an order, the bone law rose up, and a world of bones appeared in the void. Countless bones shook and danced, evolving into a powerful attack that bombarded the Thunder Beast King. The Thunder Beast King roared, lowered its head slightly, and shot out from the lightning. The radio exploded, blasting the bones into pieces. The crushing power of the high-level Tianzuan was too strong and terrifying. Lin Moyu whispered,
Sure enough, there are many good people.
Lin Moyu was not worried at all. This battle had just begun. The 10 Legion commanders all had their own wisdom, and the first 2 waves of attacks were just tests. The Dragon Riders who died before suddenly resurrected collectively. This change stunned the Thunder Beast King.
Bone battle formation. Death charge. Death breath.
The 10 Legion commanders commanded the Dragon Rider Corps to launch a frenzied attack. The Dragon Riders formed a battle formation, launched a death charge, and crashed into the Thunder Beast King at astonishing speed. Thunder permeated the Thunder Beast King's body, turning into thunder armor. The battle formation collided with the thunder armor and collapsed on the spot, unable to break through. The death breath ignited flames, surrounding the Thunder Beast King, but still could not hurt it. The gap in rank brought about a complete suppression of power. It could not be beaten, nor could it be stopped, and there seemed to be no way. However, as the commanders of the Dragon Rider Corps, they did not know what giving up meant. As long as Lin Moyu asked them to fight, they would fight to the last man and not retreat. More Dragon Riders rushed out of the Rule World and attacked the Thunder Beast King. The 10 commanders had a total of 100 million Dragon Riders, plus the resurrection of the undead spirits. If they wanted to kill all 100 million Dragon Riders, they would tire the Thunder Beast King to death. Batches of Dragon Riders were killed by the Thunder Beast King, resurrected again, and attacked again. The 10 commanders let the Dragon Riders attack in batches, not just mindless charges. Lin Moyu saw it and smiled.
Although this guy is strong enough, he is too stupid. He doesn't know the principle of capturing the king first, and he doesn't understand the decapitation tactic. If this goes on, it will be exhausted in a little time.
Lin Moyu saw the outcome. As the battle continued, the Thunder Beast King, like the smaller Thunder Beasts, was gradually weakening. This also meant that he could be worn out to death. When the power was exhausted, it would be its death. Lin Moyu didn't know what form the Thunder Beast King existed in, but he could see that it had no wisdom. Since this was the case, he was too lazy to think of other ways and left it to the 10 Legion commanders to deal with. Although the Thunder Beast King was strong, it didn't realize that it was being rapidly weakened. It only knew to keep killing these damn Dragon Riders. But no matter how it killed, it couldn't kill them all. It didn't know that the 10 Legion commanders let the Dragon Riders fight it in batches, and the Dragon Riders it killed were not the same batch at all. The cooldown time of the undead spirits was reasonably allocated by the Legion leaders, forming a cycle. Even if it killed to exhaustion, it couldn't really kill even one dragon rider. Lin Moyu used this almost cheating and shameless tactic to drag it into the abyss of death. The power of the Thunder Beast King gradually weakened, and its breath decreased accordingly. After being worn out for half an hour, the Thunder Beast King fell from the high-level Tianzuan to the mid-level Tianzuan. At this time, the 753 captains in the Dragon Rider Corps could finally play a role. 10 Dragon Rider Corps, hundreds of captains, all had the combat power of the mid-level Tianzuan. They led the Dragon Riders to attack, and in their repeated attacks at the cost of their own lives, the power of the Thunder Beast King decreased more rapidly. In the 50th minute of the battle, the power of the Thunder Beast King had dropped to the low-level Tianzuan. In a few minutes, it couldn't even maintain the Tianzuan realm. At that time, its fate would be the same as that of the smaller Thunder Beasts, and it would be completely worn out. A few minutes later, when the Thunder Beast King finally reached its limit, suddenly the sound of thunder echoed in the void. Countless thunderbolts flashed and fell on the Thunder Beast King. The Thunder Beast King's already weakened breath quickly recovered, and in a blink of an eye, it returned to the mid-level Tianzuan, and was still recovering. The Legion leaders immediately ordered the Dragon Riders to interfere, but at this moment, the Thunder Beast King was surrounded by thunder and could not be approached. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry, showing a hint of a smile.
I've been waiting for this.
He took out a fine-grade third-level origin crystal, waved it fiercely, and the origin crystal turned into a stream of light, flying to a specific spot in the sky. With a light bang, the origin crystal exploded, and the sun method was revealed. This formation connected to the thunder in a special way to provide power for the Thunder Beast King. Lin Moyu threw out another fine-grade third-level origin crystal and smashed it hard on one of the nodes of the formation. The formation stopped working with a bang, and a large number of cracks appeared, breaking like glass. 2568, 2568. ## chapter 2568. Everyone is mortal. As the formation was broken, the thunder stopped falling and no longer provided power to the Thunder Beast King. At this time, the power of the Thunder Beast King had just recovered to the middle-level Tianzuan, and it had only recovered less than half, unable to last long. The formation that Lin Moyu destroyed was only a third-level formation. Its function was to provide a square area for the Thunder Beast King. The Thunder Beast King had the ability to absorb lightning, and this formation only needed a little guidance to provide thunder for the Thunder Beast King. Similarly, it was quite easy for Lin Moyu to crack it. The formation itself had no defensive power, and it was broken by Lin Moyu in 2 or 3 attempts. At this time, Lin Moyu did not fully master formations below the 3rd level, but he understood the principles. Although he couldn't set up the formation, he could crack it.
Fortunately, the Jade card given by Senior Lu contains most of the basic knowledge of formations. Through this basic knowledge, the fundamentals of the formation can be deduced. As long as the formation is not too complicated, it can be deduced.
Lin Moyu found that talisman formations and weapon formations have many similarities. His knowledge of talisman formations also played a huge role at this moment, allowing him to understand it better. It's a pity that there wasn't enough time to learn and master the hundreds of formations recorded in the Jade card. After the formation behind the thunder was cracked, the Thunder Beast King completely lost its source of power and could no longer be replenished. Under the siege of the Dragon Riders, all its strength was slowly consumed until it completely collapsed. The Thunder Beast King shattered like fireworks, and a portal composed of thunder appeared where it died.
You passed the test, come in.
A voice suddenly sounded, and the portal opened. Lin Moyu was shocked.
There is someone here. I should be in the Leishan Mountains. Could it be a senior from the Lei family?
Although the voice was just a voice, it was filled with unimaginable majesty, and a trace of aura came from behind the portal. Lin Moyu couldn't tell the realm of the other party, but it was definitely a Dao Zun. Compared to the Dao Zuns he had seen before, this one seemed a little different. Lin Moyu didn't know much about Dao Zuns, only that there was a huge difference in experience within the Dao Zun realm. They were both Dao Zuns, but there was a world of difference between them. A powerful Dao Zun could easily slaughter a weaker Dao Zun. This gap seemed more terrifying than any previous gap between realms. Lin Moyu instinctively felt that the senior behind the Thunder Gate was an extremely powerful Dao Zun. Lin Moyu walked into the portal calmly. He couldn't be careless. Since he was here, he would make the best of it. Entering the portal, Lin Moyu felt like he had experienced a short teleportation. There was a constant roar in his ears, and countless thunders exploded in front of his eyes. Each thunder could easily kill him. An invisible force took him through the thunder and brought him to another space. Even the avenue became weak in this space, and Lin Moyu could hardly sense his own avenue. The operation of the law also became obscure. Lin Moyu was shocked, and the avenue was actually isolated. He realized that he might have really come into contact with some big secrets. Even the avenue could be isolated, which was unimaginable. Dao Zun is the master of the avenue, but he also relies on the power of the avenue. What kind of existence could be so high and profound? Lin Moyu felt that among the people he had met, perhaps only 3 people could have this ability. They were the old man in green robes and his wife, and the old man who gave him the essence of ancestral water. Lin Moyu looked at this independent space. It was like a cave surrounded by countless thunders, leading to an unknown place. Lin Moyu did not move forward rashly but stood there and said,
"Senior, are you there?"
His voice was immediately covered by the thunder as soon as it came out, and it could not be heard far at all. This was a sea of thunder with endless roars. Lin Moyu felt his mind was shaken when he stood here, making it difficult to calm down. The thunder affected his soul and even his heart of Tao. Suddenly the thunder stopped, and the surroundings became silent, so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Lin Moyu heard his heartbeat, the sound of blood flowing, and even the faint sound of skin stretching and accommodating. The sudden change made Lin Moyu feel a little uncomfortable and difficult to adapt for a while. Thunders intertwined silently in front of him, and a figure appeared in the lightning.
Remnant soul.
Lin Moyu was shocked. What was here was actually a remnant soul. If the remnant soul had the power to isolate the avenue, how strong would the complete body be? Lin Moyu couldn't imagine it. It was completely beyond his understanding. Lin Moyu saluted the figure.
Lin Moyu greets the senior.
Taking the initiative to introduce oneself is the greatest respect. The figure was illusory and hazy at first. As the thunders fell on him, the figure quickly solidified and finally turned into an old man with an immortal-like appearance. He was wearing a thunder robe, like a banished immortal in thunder. Just a wisp of soul exuded an aura stronger than Lei Zhengying, not to mention the strength of his body. Lin Moyu knew that this was the strongest person he had ever seen besides the 3 people. A heavy voice sounded.
Your name is Lin Moyu, correct?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Senior is right.
The remnant soul looked at Lin Moyu.
You have good talent, and your soul is very pure. Your future is very bright.
Lin Moyu immediately looked flattered.
Senior, you are too kind.
The remnant soul shook his head slightly.
You don't have to be so exaggerated. This is not your true heart, and you don't have to deliberately please a dead man like me.
Lin Moyu was stunned for a moment and put away his slightly exaggerated expression.
Senior is so powerful, how could you?
The remnant soul sighed.
Everyone will die one day, and if you can't achieve the Tao, what can you do if you don't die? You have passed the previous tests and are qualified to inherit my mantle, but whether you can succeed or not depends on your own luck in the end.
As he said this, he turned and walked towards the depths of the space, leaving footprints wherever he passed. Lin Moyu immediately followed. He did not walk around, and every step was on the right platform of the footprints. Who knows what is in this passage? It will be relatively safer to take the road that others have walked. A heavy voice came from the front.
You are very cautious. Caution is a good thing and can help you go further. But being too cautious is also a bad thing and will make you lose many opportunities.
Lin Moyu found it strange. Why did this sound familiar? It seemed that he had said something similar before. At that time he taught others, and now it was someone else's turn to teach him. This feeling was very strange. However, Lin Moyu still tried to reply sincerely,
"Thank you for your guidance, Senior. I will pay attention to it."
The remnant soul turned around and looked at Lin Moyu, as if he had seen through Lin Moyu's mind long ago. Lin Moyu smiled shamelessly.
"What is the Senior's legacy?" "Thunder."
2569, 2569. Hashtag chapter 2569. The Great Monument of the Origin Crystal. The remnant soul uttered the word
"Thunder,"
indicating that his avenue was thunder. Lin Moyu couldn't help but speculate about his identity.
Could he really be a member of the Lei family?
The Lei family also inherited thunder, and the two were very similar. The remnant soul walked and said, "There are thousands of avenues, and any one of them, as long as you reach the end, can prove the way."
You have many avenues, which are really complicated. In fact, you are not suitable to be my successor.
He could see that Lin Moyu had many avenues, which seemed to conflict with his philosophy. Lin Moyu thought to himself,
Going to the end of one avenue is not my way. What's more, I have never thought of becoming your successor.
Lin Moyu's heart of Taoism was firm. He set his own path early and has been following it ever since. No matter who it is, they can't change it. This is Lin Moyu's heart of Taoism, firm and powerful. The remnant soul said,
Although I know that you probably can't become my successor, as the first Tianzuan to come here and pass the assessment in 10,000 years, there are still some things you should do.
Lin Moyu had dealt with remnant souls many times and knew that these remnant souls would obey the orders left by their original bodies in most cases. This remnant soul in front of him was like this, doing things according to the rules set by the original body before his death. However, there are exceptions. If it has its own spiritual wisdom, things will develop in another direction. The rules of the original body before his death are still useful, but the remnant soul will also have its own ideas. The most basic idea is to get rid of fate and make oneself a real living being. A remnant soul of Shengfu Tianzuan once had a similar change. Lin Moyu was not sure whether the one in front of him would be the same, so he could only remain cautious. The other party obviously discovered Lin Moyu's situation but didn't care and just kept moving forward. Stepping on the thunder, step by step, he finally came to the deepest part of the space. The deepest part was a space similar to a cave. In front of the cave, there was a large monument as tall as two people. Lin Moyu was surprised when he saw the large stele.
It's actually an origin crystal.
The entire monument was an origin crystal, an extremely huge origin crystal. This origin crystal had reached at least the 7th level, and it was a fine 7th level. Such a large piece was composed of at least thousands of fine 7th level origin crystals, and its value was inestimable.
It's really a big deal to refine so many origin crystals into a large stele. Fine 7th level origin crystals, others can't even get one, but there is such a big piece here. If people knew about it, I'm afraid that the Taoist masters in the Holy Land would come to snatch it.
The remnant soul came to the large stele and said loudly,
Look at the inscription.
Inscription?
Lin Moyu didn't see any words on the large stele, but since the remnant soul asked him to see it, there must be. Perhaps this was another test. Lin Moyu used his soul power to communicate with the large stele, trying to use this method to check the inscription. When his soul was about to touch the monument suddenly emitted a powerful force, which bounced his soul away. Lin Moyu knew that the method of communicating with soul power was not feasible, so he immediately tried other methods. He put his hand on the monument and was very careful, so as not to cause the inscription to counterattack. The surface of the monument was extremely smooth, and there was no text at all. Lin Moyu tried to inject his power into the monument, which again caused the monument to counterattack, and the great force shook Lin Moyu several steps away. The remnant soul stood aside without saying a word, just watching quietly. Lin Moyu knew that this was a test. If he couldn't even see the inscription on the monument, He would not be qualified to get the other party's mantle. Lin Moyu was not interested in the mantle and the like. He just wanted to leave here. Obviously, if he couldn't pass the test, he couldn't leave here. Soul power was not enough, law power was not enough, and pure physical strength was probably not enough. Lin Moyu's mind turned quickly. After coming here, there are only two kinds of encounters. One is the formation, and the other is the thunder.
Then the secret to unlocking the inscription should be between these two. This question is not that simple. If it can be unlocked only by the power of thunder, then the people who come in can unlock the inscription as long as they master thunder. The people of the Lei family can do it easily. Obviously, it is not entirely dependent on ordinary thunder power.
Lin Moyu looked at the lightning that was constantly jumping and flashing around the space and thought about why he came here. He was sure that if he wanted to see the inscription, it must be related to the power of thunder. Although he could not control thunder, drawing runes was Lin Moyu's forte. Drawing a few runes related to thunder was a matter of thought. Lin Moyu quickly drew a lightning rune, which was just a low-level rune, and it was done in a thought. The lightning rune flew out, exploded in front of the monument, and fell on the monument in a flash. The monument suddenly lit up, and Lin Moyu narrowed his eyes. At the moment the monument lit up, he saw some words. However, the monument only lit up for a moment, not even 0.01 seconds, and it was not clear at all. If it was in the outside world, Lin Moyu could also use the law of time to go back in time and watch repeatedly until he could see it clearly. But now, the avenue had been isolated, and the law of time had become extremely obscure, and it was impossible to go back in time. Lin Moyu tried to draw lightning runes again, from low-level runes to lightning ancient runes, and drew them all. Even his strongest lightning ancient rune could only make the monument light up for about 0.1 seconds, and it was not fully lit yet, and some of the words were still unclear. Even if he could draw ancient runes continuously, he still couldn't see the inscriptions clearly.
It seems that using ancient runes is not the right way.
After a little thought, Lin Moyu suddenly looked around, his eyes suddenly lit up, and he thought of the right way.
The right way should be to use the thunder in the space.
There were countless thunders in the space, and each one was enough to kill him in seconds, and the power was unimaginable. Then the key to the problem was how to trigger these thunders. Lin Moyu immediately thought of what happened when he came here.
Yin and Yang complement each other. Using Yin thunder can trigger Yang thunder. In this case, then set up a Yin thunder formation.
Lin Moyu immediately took out a few first-level origin crystals and quickly set up a mine formation in front of the stone tablet. The mine array is a first-level array, and its layout is extremely simple. It belongs to the Yinlei system like the Kueishui Yinlei array. After arranging the array, Lin Moyu quickly retreated and activated the array at the same time. Boom! The mine array was running, making a roaring sound. In an instant, the thunder in the space was activated and fell from all directions on the mine array. The mine array collapsed on the spot without a trace of hesitation. Lin Moyu looked at this scene.
It can indeed trigger thunder, but the mine array is not strong enough. If the mine array is not good, the water Yinlei array may not be enough.
Lin Moyu looked at the remnant soul.
Senior, is there a time limit?
The remnant soul shook his head.
1 month.
Lin Moyu was delighted.
1 month, enough.
He immediately took out the jade card and checked the array. 2,572,570. ## chapter 2570. 4th level formation, lightning formation. 1 month is the time for 30 cycles of the moon and sun. The opening of Leishan Mountain this time will last for 1 month. Lin Moyu knew in his heart that if he could not solve the mystery within 1 month, he might be trapped here forever. There were many more puzzles ahead, and the one in front of him was just one of them, so he had to hurry up. There were hundreds of formations in the jade card, but fortunately, there were only more than 23rd level formations. Among these, only 2 were related to thunder, the thunder and fire formation and the wood thunder formation. Thunder and fire belonged to Yang, and wood thunder belonged to Yin. Lin Moyu started to learn the wood thunder formation directly. The remnant soul looked at Lin Moyu quietly without saying a word. He did not disturb Lin Moyu but just waited patiently. He had waited for 10,000 years, and his patience was unimaginable. Such a short time was nothing to him. 5 hours later, Lin Moyu put away the jade card. One by one, the origin crystals popped out, and more than 300 first-order origin crystals formed a wood thunder formation around the large monument. The wood thunder formation was activated, and bursts of thunder were heard. The thunder was low, in sharp contrast to the thunder in the Leishan Mountains. When the wood thunder formation was activated, the thunders around were immediately attracted and hit the wood thunder formation. The wood thunder formation could not resist the powerful thunder at all and was broken in an instant. As a third-order formation, the thunder attracted by the wood thunder formation was several times more powerful than the previous water mine formation. Moreover, Lin Moyu deliberately arranged the wood thunder formation around the large monument. When the wood thunder formation was broken, the thunder also drilled into the large monument. The large monument was activated, shining, and countless words were revealed. Lin Moyu seized the moment and checked it immediately. This time, because the thunder power was strong enough, the duration of the large monument's illumination was much longer, and the inscriptions on the monument were all revealed. After shining for more than 20 seconds, the inscriptions became dim again. At this moment, Lin Moyu looked strange.
It turned out to be like this.
20 seconds was enough for Lin Moyu to remember the entire inscription. He did it, and wrote down the contents of the inscription word for word. What made him feel strange was the content recorded in the inscription. The inscription recorded 2 parts in total. One was a formation, and the other was a secret technique. The formation was called the Thunder Induction Formation, a 4th-level formation, and its function was to attract thunder. It needed to be placed in a place full of thunder to work. It could attract a lot of thunder, whether it was used to fight enemies or for practice, and it was very useful. And most importantly, the thunder it attracted would not cause harm to itself. Lin Moyu realized that this was the correct way to activate the inscription. The method of using Yin thunder to attract Yang thunder was actually not correct. The other secret technique was the thunder secret method, which required the corresponding laws to cooperate. Lin Moyu had not learned the laws of thunder, so he could not master it in a short time. What he could master was the lightning formation, and the formation was also the key to solving this problem.
It seems that this senior's legacy should be the formation and the art of thunder. To solve this problem, you must master one of the two.
Lin Moyu understood and immediately began to study the lightning formation. The 4th-level formation is much more difficult than the 3rd-level formation, and even for him it takes some time. A stream of clear air fell from the void and penetrated into his body. Lin Moyu knew that Xiaowu was still using the Great Way of Luck to improve his luck. Lin Moyu also used the explosive luck technique to improve his luck to the limit. Luck turned into a dragon, ringing in his ears. Lin Moyu's mind was completely immersed in the comprehension of the formation. With the dual blessing of luck and the Great Way of Luck, his comprehension speed accelerated again. All kinds of difficulties were broken and did not constitute any obstacles. The remnant soul, who had been motionless all the time, suddenly opened his eyes and looked at the top of Lin Moyu's head, muttering to himself,
The Great Way of Luck. After many years, someone else has comprehended the Great Way of Luck. This boy's luck is also amazing. If he doesn't die, his future is limitless. Perhaps he has a chance to touch that realm.
These words could only be heard by the remnant soul himself, and Lin Moyu did not know. If he knew, Lin Moyu would probably be shocked, and his view of the remnant soul would completely change. The remnant soul can only have a part of the body's memory, and which part of the memory it can have is determined by the body. And the remnant soul in front of him, his memory is obviously very complete. Such a remnant soul is extremely abnormal. After the remnant soul finished speaking, he closed his eyes again and continued to remain silent. Lin Moyu spent 5 hours to completely master the formation. Then he spent another hour verifying it in his own rule world. After confirming that it was correct, He took out a large number of origin crystals and began to arrange the formation. He still arranged the formation around the large monument, but this time Lin Moyu was very careful to ensure that the formation was square. The fourth-level formation consists of more than 600 formation nodes, and each formation node requires an array device as the formation eye. The formation device can be a magic weapon, various materials, origin crystals, or even stones. The difference is that the different levels, qualities, and properties of the formation devices will directly affect the power of the formation. When the formation is running, the formation device also needs to withstand the pressure brought by the formation. The higher the level of the formation, the higher the requirements for the formation tools. Lin Moyu still used first-order origin crystals, which were the best materials he had on hand for the formation. The entire formation used the same first-order origin crystals as the formation tools, making the formation more harmonious. Although it could not further enhance the power of the formation, it was neither good nor bad. After the previous consumption, he still had 2,000 first-order origin crystals on hand, so he had to use them sparingly, not knowing how many he would need in the future. After half an hour of busy work, the formation was finally arranged. Lin Moyu activated the formation, and the lightning formation started running, releasing a strange breath. In the surrounding space, countless thunders were attracted and fell towards the lightning formation. Lin Moyu felt the difference. The previous thunders struck the wood thunder formation like a sharp weapon, treating the Een thunder as an enemy and wanting to split it into pieces. But now, the thunder fell on the lightning formation with a hint of gentleness, not wanting to smash it. A large number of thunders fell into the lightning formation and gathered together, increasing in number. The lightning formation gradually evolved into a sea of thunder. The lightning formation was built around the monument, and the monument was also surrounded by thunder. Finally, the monument was completely swallowed by the sea of thunder. At this moment, the monument was fully activated. A beam of light shot out from the monument, and the thunder in the distance split like a curtain, revealing a passage. The remnant soul slowly opened his eyes.
Let's go.
As he said this, he walked towards the passage, and Lin Moyu hurriedly followed. 2571, 2571. ## chapter 2571. It is indeed a good seedling. The passage was eerily silent, surrounded by thunder, yet devoid of any actual thunderbolts. A strange phenomenon. The remnant soul walked ahead in silence, and Lin Moyu followed closely behind. Unable to contain his curiosity, he asked,
Senior, how many more tests are there?
The remnant soul replied slowly,
It's almost over. You are a heavenly venerable, so the test for you won't be too difficult.
Lin Moyu suddenly realized something. The remnant soul of the senior in front of him had great authority here and was not merely carrying out a predetermined task step by step. He could control the difficulty of the tests. The lower the realm of the person who entered, the easier the test, and vice versa. To verify his guess, Lin Moyu asked again,
Senior, what if a Supreme comes in?
The remnant soul answered,
A Supreme is not qualified to come.
The remnant soul didn't say much, but each sentence revealed deep meaning. These two short sentences explained that only the Heavenly Venerable and the Taoist Venerable were qualified to come here and accept the test. Those below the Heavenly Venerable were not qualified to enter at all. Moreover, the higher the realm, the more difficult the test would be. This also implied that the original body of the senior was far superior to a Taoist Venerable. If it were not far superior, how could he test a Taoist Venerable? In a few words, the remnant soul had revealed enough information. Lin Moyu suppressed his inner shock and refrained from asking more questions. He knew very well that curiosity should be controlled and appropriate for the occasion. The remnant soul walking in front unconsciously showed a smile at the corner of his mouth. He seemed very satisfied with Lin Moyu's alertness. After walking along the passage for a while, they arrived at their new destination. At the end of the passage was a platform no more than 10 meters in radius. Beyond the platform lay an endless sea of thunder, terrifying in its intensity. Lin Moyu knew that if he fell into it, he would surely die. About 100 meters away from the platform, in the Sea of Thunder, nearly 1,000 crystals floated in the void. These crystals looked identical, each with a diameter of about half a meter, exuding a strong aura of origin. Lin Moyu recognized at a glance that these crystals were all made from origin crystals. They were not ordinary origin crystals but fine-grade origin crystals, at least level 7. It was already surprising enough to use fine-grade level 7 origin crystals to refine the large monument. Now, these nearly 1,000 origin crystals, each half a meter in diameter, added together, were more than 10 times the size of the large monument. Lin Moyu realized that he had still underestimated the strength of this senior. The crystals floated in the air, and above each crystal, there was a sword. Lin Moyu could not see the rank of these swords, but he was sure that their rank was very high. The remnant soul said,
"Stand on the platform and become the center of the formation."
Following the direction pointed out by the remnant soul, Lin Moyu saw that there was indeed an extremely complex formation carved on the platform. He stood on the platform as instructed and became the center of the formation. At that moment, he felt a connection with the crystals floating 100 meters away, and he could control them. Although the control was not very precise, he could indeed make them change positions according to his will. However, this kind of control consumed a lot of soul power and was difficult to maintain. The remnant soul continued,
"Control these formation tools and complete the 5-star Sky Thunder formation, then use this sword."
Lin Moyu finally understood the test. He had to use himself as the center of the formation to control the crystals floating in the void and arrange them into a 5-star Sky Thunder formation. However, he didn't understand the 5-star Sky Thunder formation and had never even heard of it. Lin Moyu looked embarrassed.
"Senior, I don't know how to form a 5-star Sky Thunder formation."
The remnant soul said,
"The 5-star Sky Thunder formation is under your feet. Understand it yourself."
Lin Moyu looked down and saw that there was indeed an extremely complex formation carved around him. There was no written description, but it was engraved on the platform in the most primitive and simple way. Everything needed to be understood by oneself. Compared with jade tablets and stone tablets, the difficulty of learning formations in this way was unknown.
"Test your understanding, soul power, and control. The time limit is only 1 month, and there should be 29 days left now. This kind of test is simply impossible for ordinary people to complete."
Lin Moyu realized that to pass this test, one needed a strong talent for formations. If an ordinary formation master came, unless they had come into contact with this formation before, they would be in the dark. According to Lu Fengqing, even if you were a formation genius, it would take 1 month to learn and master a 3rd-level formation. What's more, the difficulty of this 5-star Sky Thunder formation was obviously beyond the 3rd-level formation. Lin Moyu felt that it was more difficult than the 4th-level lightning formation and couldn't help asking,
"Senior, is this a 5th-level formation?"
The remnant soul said,
"Almost."
"What a good.
"Almost."
Is it or is it not? How can it be?"
"Almost."
Lin Moyu didn't delve into this issue because it was meaningless. What he had to do now was to learn and comprehend the 5-star Sky Thunder formation and then manipulate these origin crystals to arrange the formation. Then, he would use the 5-star Sky Thunder formation to attack the sword above.
"Just treat it as learning a new formation."
Lin Moyu looked down at the 5-star Sky Thunder formation carved on the platform and began to study it. This primitive learning method was a first for Lin Moyu. The overall shape of the formation began to emerge in his sight. The formation nodes began to take shape in his mind, and the outline of the formation quickly became clear. The soul power began to be consumed rapidly, and the world tree swayed wildly, continuously replenishing Lin Moyu's soul power. After swallowing the remains of a 2nd-level origin spirit vein, the world tree not only produced a large number of spirit flowers and fruits, but also strengthened its own power. The speed of replenishing soul power was faster than before. Lin Moyu consumed it quickly, and the world tree could replenish it in time. In this way, Lin Moyu saved the time needed to restore his soul power. Time was very precious now, and every bit of time saved was valuable. Gradually, a formation with nearly 1,000 nodes took shape in the soul world. This was just a simulation, not the final state of the formation, and there were still many imperfections. Lin Moyu kept adjusting the formation to make it perfect. This test was not just about setting up the formation but also about using the 5-star Sky Thunder formation to attack the sword above. The sword was not big, and to hit it accurately, precise control over the formation was required. To achieve precise control, the formation had to be perfect. In the process of adjusting the formation, the basic knowledge of formations given by Lu Fengqing played a significant role. Solid basic knowledge and the principles of formations allowed Lin Moyu to make judgments and constantly correct any omissions. Finally, a nearly perfect formation took shape in the soul world. After confirming that there were no problems, Lin Moyu began to manipulate the crystals in the void and formally set up the 5-star Sky Thunder formation. The remnant soul looked at Lin Moyu and said in a voice that only he could hear,
"The speed is very fast, the comprehension is excellent, the soul power is sufficient, and the recovery speed is better than that of ordinary people. It is indeed a good seedling, but it's a pity."
2572 2572 ## chapter 2572 3 times never come true. Lin Moyu devoted himself to the formation, constantly adjusting the position of the crystals. The whole process was not as simple as he had thought in advance. The crystals in the void were affected by external forces. The dense thunder around formed a special force field that constantly affected the position of the crystals. Not only was there a force field generated by thunder, but there was also a special force field formed between the crystals, causing them to affect each other. Lin Moyu had just put a crystal in place, and if he was careless, the crystal would shift. The displacement distance was very short, often only the distance of a finger. But if each crystal was slightly off, the final formation would be different. The fact that a slight difference can lead to 1,000 miles of error is extremely obvious when setting up the formation. More than 1,000 crystals, each one must be placed accurately and fixed to prevent them from moving at all. Lin Moyu could only consume a lot of soul power to control it. As Lin Moyu thought before, this test not only tested comprehension but also the power of the soul and control ability. If it weren't for the support of the World Tree, Lin Moyu estimated that he would not be able to complete it. Gradually, Lin Moyu entered a state of ecstasy, no longer caring about other things, just adjusting the formation to perfection. The process of adjusting the formation was also a process of learning. Lin Moyu learned a lot of knowledge about the instrument array. The instrument array is different from the rune array. The rune array is basically unaffected by the environment. In most cases, it can be easily arranged. Runes are originally something between the virtual and the real. They can have entities or not. The instrument array is different. The instrument array is real. Each node array needs to be filled with corresponding array instruments. The higher the level of the instrument array, the more complex it is, the more array eyes there are, and there will inevitably be an impact on each other. The higher the level of the formation, the greater the internal impact. And the external environment will also affect the instrument array. So if you want to arrange a perfect instrument array, you need to find a way to offset the two effects. Lin Moyu was now learning on the spot how to offset the two effects of the internal and external formation. No one taught him. Lin Moyu was completely self-taught. With his extremely sharp spiritual sense, he adjusted little by little. He was completely immersed in it and could not extricate himself. He even forgot about the test. He now had only one thought, which was to perfectly arrange the 5-star Sky Thunder formation. The remnant soul's eyes lit up slightly.
This talent is really strong. It's a pity that he has many avenues and the road ahead is difficult. It's a pity.
While praising Lin Moyu's talent, the remnant soul felt sorry for Lin Moyu. In his opinion, going all the way is the correct route for cultivation. When human power is exhausted, Lin Moyu has gone astray. No matter how high his achievements are in the future, there will be limits. In the inexplicable void, clear air continued to fall, and Lin Moyu's explosive luck technique had not stopped. With a two-pronged approach, Lin Moyu was always in a state of great luck. After repeated efforts and continuous adjustments, the formation gradually tended to be perfect. Lin Moyu didn't know how long it had been, and time seemed to have lost its meaning. Finally, he arranged the formation perfectly.
Activate.
Lin Moyu whispered in his heart, and for a moment he was actually a little excited. Soul power was like a key opening the formation. The 5-star Sky Thunder formation started to work with a roar. The space that had been quiet for a long time suddenly rang with thunder, which shocked Lin Moyu's whole body. 5 points of starlight suddenly appeared in the formation, and then 5 stars rose and danced around the formation. Lin Moyu became the master of the formation at this moment. He manipulated the formation and locked onto the sword farther away. Boom! Lightning and thunder flashed in the formation, and countless thunders poured into one of the stars, and then turned into sharp arrows and hit the sword. The sword, which had been motionless all the time, suddenly moved and avoided the attack.
You can dodge.
Lin Moyu's heart moved, and the formation continued to operate. More power surged out, and the other 4 stars also lit up at the same time. In an instant, the 5 stars moved together, shooting out thunders. The sword danced in the air, dodging the thunder. No matter how dense the lightning was, it was helpless. Lin Moyu's heart moved, and he shouted,
5 stars merge into one, heavenly thunder.
The 5 stars burst into dazzling light, and countless thunders poured into the 5 stars in the formation at the same time. Then, the 5 stars flew towards each other at the same time and merged with each other. A thunder sank into the void and disappeared, and then another sword appeared above the head, like a heavenly thunder. Without giving the sword any chance to dodge, the heavenly thunder hit directly. In the thunder light, the sword fell into the sea of thunder around the space. The sea of thunder boiled at this moment, and countless thunders flew out like snakes, raging in the air. In the thunder, Lin Moyu suddenly felt that he had lost contact with the 5-star Sky Thunder formation. The 5-star Sky Thunder formation collapsed automatically, turned into crystals again, and floated in the void. The platform, which was originally at the end, extended into the depths of space again. It was like a bridge, passing through the sea of thunder and reaching the other side. The remnant soul walked forward and whispered,
Follow.
Lin Moyu immediately followed and asked,
Senior, how long has it been?
Just now, he was immersed in the state of comprehension, and Lin Moyu didn't know how much time had passed in the outside world. But he knew that it should not have been more than a month. Otherwise, the test would have ended long ago. The remnant soul said,
10 days.
It's only been 10 days. Lin Moyu breathed a sigh of relief.
Not bad. Senior, what is the next test?
The remnant soul said,
No more.
Ah, it's over? Lin Moyu was stunned for a moment. He thought there would be at least 1 or 2 more tests. Seemed a bit hasty to end it like this. The remnant soul explained,
Nothing happens more than 3 times. 3 tests are enough.
The Thunder Beast test that Lin Moyu just entered was the first one. The second test was the test of the large monument, which required learning and mastering the 4th level formation and the Thunder formation in the shortest time. The third test was the 5-star Sky Thunder formation, which was a 5th level formation, and it was not easy to set up because of the mutual influence of thunder. The 3 tests were one after another, from combat power to understanding to soul power and control, covering all aspects. And the time was extremely limited. If the first step was late, the rest would be too late. Lin Moyu started the first test very quickly, without wasting any time. The saying that nothing happens more than 3 times reminded Lin Moyu of the old man who gave him the ancestral water essence. He also said something similar, nothing happens more than 3 times, and it is fate when it comes to 3 times. But Lin Moyu felt that there was no connection between the two. The remnant soul brought Lin Moyu to the end, and in front of him was a sea of thunder, which was boundless, and thunder was everywhere wherever he looked. The platform they were on seemed so small and lonely in the sea of thunder. The remnant soul raised his right hand lightly.
Sword!
With a humming sound, A bolt of lightning shot out and came into the remnant soul's hand, turning into a sword. This sword was the one that was blasted into the thunder by the 5-star Sky Thunder formation before. The remnant soul swung the long sword high and slashed it down. The sword light swept past, and the sea of thunder was instantly split into two, revealing a huge passage. 2573 2573. Hashtag chapter 2573. The Way of Heavenly Thunder Taoist. This was the first time the remnant soul attacked, and it was also the first time Lin Moyu felt the terrifying power of the remnant soul. This power was indescribable. Lin Moyu's spiritual sense told him that he was insignificant in front of this power. Lin Moyu knew his own strength very well. He was not afraid of anyone below the Dao Zun realm. Even facing a Dao Zun, he could still save his life. This inexplicable strength sometimes brings some inexplicable illusions. These illusions grow imperceptibly, and even he himself does not notice them. Until now, all the illusions disappeared in front of this power. Lin Moyu felt as weak as the first time he saw Antares. The boundless sea of thunder separated, and Lin Moyu's pupils shrank suddenly. He saw a person in the center of the sea of thunder. The man sat high above the thunder, as if he was the master of thunder, and countless thunders obeyed his orders. He just sat there, and an endless aura rose up, as if he was going to tear the world apart. Lin Moyu had a feeling that even if the opponent only had one corpse, the aura of death could kill him. No need to do anything, the aura of mourning was enough. The person in the thunder looked exactly the same as the remnant soul in front of him. The remnant soul said,
"You guessed right, this is my body."
Lin Moyu shouted in his heart.
"Where did I guess right? I was totally wrong."
The moment he saw the corpse, Lin Moyu realized that he had been mistaken. The remnant soul in front of him was not separated from the main body. It was the remnant left after the main body was severely injured and the soul was not destroyed. Although they are all remnant souls, there are essential differences. The remnant soul after being injured has all the memories. As long as the injury can be recovered, there is a chance to revive again. And the remnant soul separated is always just a remnant soul. Even if it is born with independent intelligence, it still cannot escape the fate of the remnant soul. The platform naturally extended along the separated passage, approaching the person in the sea of thunder. Lin Moyu said,
"With the ability of the predecessors, there should be a chance to recover and be reborn."
The remnant soul said,
"The wound of the great Tao cannot be restored. Unless there is such a being who takes action, there may be a chance."
Lin Moyu was a little confused.
"Junior doesn't quite understand."
The remnant soul said,
"You will understand soon."
While speaking, the platform came to the center of the sea of thunder, and Lin Moyu saw the strong man up close. The remnant soul took a step forward, came to the flesh body, and then merged with it. He returned to the flesh body, and the flesh body that had been dead suddenly burst into amazing vitality. The eyes opened, and thunder rose from them. He looked at Lin Moyu with thunder in his eyes. Crack! Lin Moyu felt that there was an endless thunder exploding in his rule world. He was paralyzed on the spot, standing there, unable to move. Then, the other party pointed a finger, turned into thunder, and went straight into Lin Moyu's eyebrows. In an instant, a terrible force rushed into the soul world. The defense of the soul world was torn apart like paper, and this force gathered in front of Lin Moyu's soul and finally turned into 2 origin crystals. These 2 origin crystals were of high rank, both exquisite 8th rank origin crystals, and their value was inestimable. If Dao Zun knew about it, he would definitely try every means to tear open Lin Moyu's soul world and grab them. Lin Moyu finally recovered from paralysis. He breathed a sigh of relief, but he was still frightened.
"Fortunately, the senior didn't want to kill me, otherwise I would have died just now." "Yes, if he wanted to kill me, he could have done it at any time along the way, and he didn't have to wait until the end."
Lin Moyu found that he was a little worried and anxious. Facing such an existence, all his cautions were actually meaningless. Whether the other party wanted to kill him or take over his body, it was easy. Just as Lin Moyu was worried, a message came over, and Lin Moyu immediately understood the other party's identity and some of his experiences. The senior in front of him, with the honorific name of Tianlai Daoren, comprehended the great way of thunder. His cultivation was extremely strong, reaching the 9th realm of Tao, and he was only one step away from that mysterious and indescribable realm. But this one step away was like a natural chasm, and he could not reach it even after practicing for millions of years. Until hundreds of thousands of years ago, he decided to go all out. He came to Leishan, where there was an 8th-level origin spiritual vein with a thunder attribute. The most valuable thing was that there was also an extremely large natural formation here. The combination of the two could greatly enhance his strength. He wanted to use this origin spiritual vein and natural formation to help him complete the final impact. Tianlai Daoren spent 1,000 years understanding the natural formation in Leishan and laid out his own formation, which was connected to the natural formation. In this way, the formation in Leishan became more dangerous, and at the same time, this 8th-level origin spiritual vein of thunder attribute could also be used by him completely. What Tianlai Daoren had learned in his life in addition to the Thunder Dao was the formation. However, he was different from Lu Fengqing. He followed the path of weapon formation, which had nothing to do with runes. According to his rank, he had reached the 8th-level formation master and was only a little away from the highest 9th level. After thousands of years of careful preparation, Tianlai Daoren launched an attack. In the end, he still failed. Although he did not die, his soul was injured by the Tao and his foundation was broken. The body that had been cultivated for a lifetime was also severely damaged, but with the help of the Thunder Mountain origin spiritual vein, the body gradually recovered later. It's just that this injured soul can never recover, and he has been spotted by the Tao and cannot leave here. When he failed, he used a special method to deceive the Tao and let the Tao think that he was dead. Once he left here, the Tao would send down thunder and lightning again and put him to death again. Lin Moyu opened his eyes and saw that the remnant soul of Tianlai Daoren was already standing in front of him, while his body was still sitting in the sea of thunder, motionless. Tianlai Daoren whispered,
"Now you know everything."
Lin Moyu had an impulse in his heart, wanting to use the spirit flower to help Tianlai Daoren heal his wounds. The wound of the great Tao, perhaps the spirit flower could heal it. But Lin Moyu did not move. He did not know what Tianlai Daoren would do to him after he took out the spirit flower. People's hearts are fickle, and without the ability to protect himself, Lin Moyu did not dare to take out the spirit flower easily. Lin Moyu is very clear about the principle of holding a treasure and being guilty. Lin Moyu whispered,
"Senior, is your injury really incurable?"
Tianlai Daoren said,
"What if it can be cured? Will you be struck back to your original form by the great Tao after you are cured? I am not sure that I can save my life for the second time under the great Tao. Now I can still survive with the help of this Thunder Mountain spiritual vein. In fact, there is no difference between being here and being outside."
He said it with some sadness and strong helplessness. Lin Moyu couldn't help asking,
"What can I do for you?"
Tianlai Daoren's eyes were filled with thunder.
"You are the only one who has truly passed the test, but unfortunately, you are not suitable for my way."
Lin Moyu knew that he was indeed not suitable for Tianlai Daoren's way. The fundamental concepts of the two were completely different. Maybe they could end up in the same place, but not now.
"I have no regrets for failing to impact, and now my only thought is that I don't want my way to end here."
2574, 2574. ## chapter 2574. Keep the wealth within the family. Tianlai Daoist failed to reach that ultimate realm, but he had no regrets. All he wanted was to find a successor who could pass on his Tao. However, he was so arrogant that he looked down on ordinary people and those who did not share his philosophy. Someone had come here before, gained his initial recognition, and received some benefits from his stay. That person was the ancestor of the Lei family. It can also be said that the Lei family's Tao came from Tianlai Daoist. The Lei family only received a very small part of his inheritance, But the ancestor of the Lei family later evolved his own inheritance with the help of Tianlai Daoist Tao and embarked on his own path. Everyone knows that the Lei family started from Lei Shan, but they don't know that there is a real master hidden in Lei Shan. The origin spiritual vein controlled by the Lei family is not the most fundamental one. The most fundamental 8th level origin spiritual vein of Thunder attribute has always been controlled by Tianlai Daoist. After Tianlai Daoist failed to reach a higher realm, this spiritual vein was affected by the power of the Tao and evolved again. Over hundreds of thousands of years, the origin spiritual vein has gradually become stronger and is developing towards the 9th level origin spiritual vein. This spiritual vein has grown a huge branch outside Lei Shan, forming a 7th level origin spiritual vein with Thunder attributes. This 7th level origin spiritual vein is the one controlled by the Lei family. The 7th level origin spiritual vein continues to grow under the earth, and it may become many branches. Many forces have established sects and families on the spiritual vein, but they also have to rely on the Lei family, pay tribute to the Lei family every year, and must obey the orders of the Lei family. Otherwise, once the Lei family cuts off their souls, it means that the Taoist tradition will be cut off, and the sect will be destroyed and the clan exterminated. So after controlling Lei Shan, the Lei family is still exploring Lei Shan. They hope to find the source of the spiritual vein and truly control Lei Shan. Unfortunately, as long as Tianlai Daoist is still there, the Lei family will not be able to control Lei Shan. This is also the reason why the Lei family has not made much progress over the years. Lin Moyu finally understood the whole story. With his understanding of cause and effect, he did not think that Tianlai Daoist was definitely hopeless.
Senior, from my understanding of cause and effect, there is always a way out. You were able to save your life under the Great Tao, so there must be other ways to go.
Tianlai Daoist rarely smiled.
There is indeed a way, but it is not easy to go.
Lin Moyu said,
I dare to ask you how to go. Maybe I can help you.
Tianlai Daoist shook his head.
You can help, but it's okay to tell you. The most important thing is that this spiritual vein must become a 9th level spiritual vein. When the time comes, I will merge with it and use the power of the spiritual vein. Maybe there will be a chance to try again. But it is so difficult to upgrade the spiritual vein, especially from the 8th level to the 9th level. I don't know how many years it will take, and I don't know if I can wait.
Could be heard that Tianlai Daoist did not hold too much hope. Maybe this hope is really slim, but it is not completely gone. Lin Moyu said,
I believe there will be such a day, but what about the soul of the senior?
Tianlai Daoist suddenly laughed.
You underestimate the Tao 9 realms too much. As long as the origin spirit vein can be promoted to the 9th level, the soul injury of this master can naturally recover. If the soul is still like this, what's the point of fighting?
Lin Moyu thought so too. Although the soul injury is difficult to cure, it is not completely incurable. Even I have a way to deal with it. How can the existence of Tao 9 realms not have a way? Through Tianlai Daoist, Lin Moyu already knows the difference in the Dao Zun realm. The Dao Zun realm is different from any of the previous realms. It is not divided into 3 levels, low, medium, and high, but is divided more finely. The Dao Zun realm is divided very finely from the weakest Dao 1 realm to the strongest Dao 9 realm. In the Dao Zun realm, there is a saying that one realm leads to heaven, and the difference in strength is huge for each realm. However, Lin Moyu still does not know which realm the Dao Zun he has come into contact with are in. After chatting with Tianlai Daoist for a while, Lin Moyu raised the most important question.
Senior, you gave me the inheritance. Can you tell me what your requirements are for the inheritor?
Tianlai Daoist has been waiting here for so many years, screening countless people. Except for the ancestor of the Lei family, no one could meet his standards, which shows how high his requirements are. In this regard, Lin Moyu can't just find someone and give the inheritance to him. In addition to good talent, character must also be tested. You can't find a murderer. Otherwise, the cause and effect will be a big trouble. Tianlai Daoist said in a deep voice,
Originally you were a good candidate, but unfortunately you have too many ways, and my philosophy is not in line with it. But you can inherit my weapon array. You are very talented in weapon arrays, so there is no problem with this. I hope you can find someone who shares the same philosophy as me for my fundamental Thunder Road. You can assess talents and other things. I will not restrict you.
The subtext of this sentence is, I can't control you either. Just focus on your efforts. Lin Moyu naturally understood.
Does the senior have any requirements for gender? Is there a restriction that the teaching can only be passed on to males but not females?
Tianlai Taoist was amused.
Am I such a pedantic person?
Not pedantic? Lin Moyu felt that Tianlai Taoist was quite pedantic. Otherwise, his teaching would have been passed down long ago, and he would not have waited for hundreds of thousands of years without finding a successor. First, find some decent candidates, pass on your teaching, and slowly spread out. With more and more people, there will always be some geniuses among them. But he insisted on waiting for someone who was top in everything and ended up waiting for hundreds of thousands of years without finding a successor. The ancestor of the Lei family was lucky and got a little bit of inheritance. You can think about these words in your heart, but you dare not say them. Lin Moyu said,
I have a disciple who is in Thunder Mountain at the moment. I think she might be able to do it.
Tianlai Taoist's eyes condensed.
Are you planning to keep the wealth within the family?
Lin Moyu said,
I do have this idea. Senior, you can take a look first, but you must agree to it first.
He knew Tianlai Taoist could see the whole mountain. He was the source of the origin spiritual vein, and everything that happened in Leishan could not be hidden from him. Tianlai Taoist narrowed his fingers, and the sea of thunder rolled. One by one, the people who entered Leishan appeared in the picture. At the same time, a huge origin spiritual vein was also revealed. The people who came in were all located at the nodes of the origin spiritual vein. Lin Moyu quickly analyzed that this spiritual vein was the 7th level origin spiritual vein controlled by the Lei family. Those who entered the core area were located at the center of a node of the spiritual vein, and those with ordinary qualifications were near the spiritual vein node. At the center of the node, the origin power would naturally be much more. The Lei family used the formation to strip the thunder attribute in the spiritual vein and turn it into pure origin power, so that all the people who practiced inside could obtain a large amount of origin. Lin Moyu saw Xiaoye and Gu Nianshui.
Hey, the appearance of Gu Nianshui.
2575, 2575. Hashtag chapter 2575. Xiaoye's second master. Lin Moyu wouldn't mistake someone. Gu Nianshui's clothes hadn't changed, but her appearance and temperament had. Tianlai Taoist asked,
Is the disciple you mentioned her?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
Not her. Her name is Gu Nianshui, from the Han's Hui Holy Land. When I saw her before, she was a man. I don't know why she became a woman.
Tianlai Taoist took a look.
She has a magic weapon that can change her appearance and temperament. The level of the magic weapon is quite high, in the realm of Dao Zun, so you can't see through it.
So that's how it is, Tianlai Taoist said.
What do you think about your relationship with her?
Lin Moyu asked.
Why do you say that, senior?
Tianlai Taoist said.
There is a cause and effect entanglement between you and her, either hatred or love. Since you don't even know her gender, it is probably hatred.
Lin Moyu said.
Before, because of the competition for the inheritance of Jiao Xingjuan, I had some conflicts with her, but it can't be said that we have a grudge.
Tianlai Taoist looked at Gu Nianshui, with thunder flashing in his eyes.
This girl is a bit unlucky. It seems that there will not be much gain this time, and don't expect smooth sailing for a period of time in the future. But she has the support of Han's Hui Holy Land, and she can recover under the impact of the Holy Land's luck, but it will take some time.
Lin Moyu immediately realized what was going on. It must be Xiaowu who made a move and cursed Gu Nianshui invisibly. Before, with Gu Nianhai by her side, Xiaowu didn't dare to curse her for fear of being discovered. After Gu Nianshui entered the core area, Xiaowu could secretly launch a curse to weaken Gu Nianshui's luck. This silent curse, with Xiaowu's Tianzuan realm, Gu Nianshui couldn't detect it at all. Looking at Gu Nianshui in the picture, he frowned slightly, and it was obvious that her cultivation was not going smoothly. Lin Moyu was too lazy to care about her but looked at Xiaoye.
Senior, this is my disciple.
Tianlai Daoist looked at Xiaoye, and gradually his eyes became more focused. The scene in front of him enlarged, and the rest of the people disappeared, leaving only Xiaoye. Tianlai Daoist whispered,
I was wrong. It turned out to be a natural jade soul.
The Lei family gave Xiaoye a magic weapon to hide her aura, and even Tianlai Daoist was deceived. Xiaoye was born with a jade soul, which is a very strong talent for cultivation. It may not meet Tianlai Daoist's requirements, and Lin Moyu had no idea. Tianlai Daoist looked at Xiaoye, and his eyes gradually showed satisfaction. He said to himself,
She has just reached the super god realm not long ago. She has not comprehended the laws and has completely relied on her physical strength to advance. She is born with a jade soul and a pure heart. She is indeed a good seedling. I don't know how her comprehension is.
Lin Moyu said,
She has good comprehension. Although she has never been exposed to formations, she is born with a jade soul, so she is not much worse. Even if her comprehension is not as good as the seniors, she can still inherit the senior's legacy. It may be difficult to surpass the senior. After all, it is difficult to produce a senior with such talent in 1,000,000 years.
Tianlai Daoist snorted.
Don't flatter me, but this girl is your disciple.
Lin Moyu said,
I will tell Xiaoye to worship the senior as her master, and I will teach on behalf of the senior.
Tianlai Daoist thought for a while.
If you say so, it's okay, but I also have a request.
Lin Moyu immediately said,
Senior, please speak.
At this point, Lin Moyu knew that it was almost certain that Xiaoye would have a new master. Tianlai Daoist said,
Every 100 years, you must bring her back to Leishan to let me see her progress in cultivation. At the same time, I will also check your progress in the way of formation. Although you only inherited my way of formation, you are also half of my successor. You must not lose my face.
So this is the request. Of course, I have to agree.
Don't worry, Senior. I will bring Xiaoye back every 100 years to accept your inspection. Now, do you want to see Xiaoye?
Tianlai Daoist shook his head.
She is only in the super god realm now and can't come here. It doesn't matter. If she can't come, I will go to see her, and you can come with me.
As he said this, the remnant soul of Tianlai Daoist stretched out his hand and pressed it on Lin Moyu's shoulder. The scene in front of Lin Moyu changed, and he found himself in the area where Xiaoye was. Tianlai Daoist controlled the source of the Leishan spiritual vein. As long as he wanted, he could teleport freely in the Leishan spiritual vein. But now, only a wisp of his consciousness came here, and he also brought Lin Moyu's consciousness here. Lin Moyu's body was still deep in the Leishan mountains at this moment. Xiaoye was practicing boxing with great vigor. She was practicing the second set of boxing taught by Lin Moyu.
Xiaoye!
Lin Moyu called out. Xiaoye suddenly heard Lin Moyu's voice. She was stunned at first, then reacted. After seeing Lin Moyu, she ran over and called sweetly,
Master! Master, Xiaoye has reached the super god realm. Xiaoye is not lazy. The cultivation speed here is so fast.
After entering the super god realm, Xiaoye finally broke away from the category of ordinary people and could barely be considered a cultivator. Practicing in the core area of Leishan, with a large amount of origin power infused, Xiaoye's natural jade soul ability was revealed. Her realm had no bottleneck and it improved rapidly. With the power of the flesh alone, she had broken through to the super god realm. Present, Xiaoye had not comprehended any laws. She was walking the same path as Jutian Lizuan, purely proving the way with power. Now Xiaoye's opportunity had come. Xiaoye noticed Tianlai Daoist. She only felt that Tianlai Daoist's majesty could not be looked at directly, so she immediately saluted.
Xiaoye pays homage to the senior.
Tianlai Daoist whispered.
Kneel down.
His voice was like the power of heaven, which made Xiaoye's body tremble and her legs a little weak. But Xiaoya did not kneel down. She gritted her teeth and persisted. Kneeling to the sky, kneeling to the earth, kneeling to parents and masters. This is the principle taught by Lin Moyu, and there is no need to kneel to others. So Xiaoya did not kneel. Seeing this, Tianlai Taoist was not angry but showed satisfaction. At this time, Lin Moyu said,
Xiaoya, follow me.
Hearing Lin Moyu's voice, Xiaoya knelt on the ground, but her little face was full of confusion. Lin Moyu said,
This senior is Tianlai Taoist. I have discussed with the senior, and the senior decided to pass on a legacy to Xiaoya, and Xiaoya wants to worship the senior as a master.
Xiaoya uttered, and her big eyes suddenly became moist.
Master, don't you want Xiaoya?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
Master will not abandon Xiaoya. Although Xiaoya worships the senior as a master, it is still the master who teaches Xiaoya. So Xiaoya still has to follow me, but Xiaoya will have another master. Nothing else will change.
Xiaoya seemed to understand, but she knew that Lin Moyu would not harm her, and she could continue to be with Lin Moyu and Xiaowu, which was enough. Xiaoya immediately knelt down and kowtowed to Tianlai Taoist.
Xiaoya greets master.
After 3 kowtows, Xiaoya's apprenticeship was complete. Tianlai Taoist showed a rare smile.
Yes, practice well in the future. Don't let down the reputation of the master.
Xiaoya said,
Master, please rest assured Xiaoya will work hard to practice and will never be lazy.
Lin Moyu looked on the side and laughed. Xiaoya didn't know the reputation of Tianlai Taoist at all. She just said it casually. But Xiaoya's words were sincere. She really wouldn't slack off. Tianlai Taoist nodded.
You are my only disciple. These gifts are my welcome gifts.
2576, 2576. Hashtag chapter 2576. 3-piece Dao Guardian set. Taoist Tianlai tapped his finger lightly, and a gap suddenly appeared in the space in front of Xiaoya. A bunch of items fell out of the gap. Startled by the sudden appearance, Xiaoya took a half step back. Looking at the dazzling array of items, Xiaoya couldn't tell whether they were good or bad, but her instincts told her they were all valuable. She immediately called out sweetly to Taoist Tianlai.
Thank you, Master Tianlai.
Taoist Tianlai, very satisfied with Xiaoya, waved his hand.
These are small and inconspicuous things. You are at a low level now and can't use the best items. When your realm is higher in the future, I will give you better things.
Xiaoya asked.
Master Tianlai, what are these?
Taoist Tianlai said.
Your pseudo-master will explain it to you.
At this moment, Lin Moyu felt that he was on equal footing with Taoist Tianlai and could even call him brother. Taoist Tianlai was a Dao 9 realm existence at the peak of the Dao 9 realm. Even if the Lei family ancestor saw him, he would probably kneel and respectfully call him ancestor. With Xiaoya's light, Lin Moyu could actually be on equal footing with Taoist Tianlai, which made him feel special. Taoist Tianlai tapped his finger, and a beautiful and exquisite belt slowly rose. A circle of origin crystals was inlaid on the belt, a total of 18. These origin crystals were all fine, each as large as the 6th level. Lin Moyu had seen similar belts on Gu Nianshui. At that time, Gu Nianshui relied on a similar belt to block the murderous aura in the sky. However, Gu Nianshui's belt only had 10 origin crystals, which was obviously not as good as the one in front of him. Taoist Tianlai introduced.
This belt is called the Dao Protection Jade Belt. It has 18 origin crystals on it, which can resist attacks. You can activate it yourself. If your life is in danger, it will automatically activate. When activated, the origin crystals on the Jade Belt will glow. The more glowing origin crystals, the stronger the Jade Belt's defense will be. It can block attacks from the 2nd level of the Dao realm at most. When the origin crystals are used up, they can be replaced, but it is best to use origin crystals of the same level and properties for all 18.
A belt that can resist attacks from the 2nd level of the Dao realm and can protect the owner spontaneously is a valuable item. If sold, it would fetch a sky-high price. With this belt, no one below the Dao Zun level could touch Xiaoya. After the introduction, the Tao Protection Jade Belt automatically flew into Xiaoya's hands. It was not only easy to use but also easy to refine. Just a drop of blood was needed. Xiaoya squeezed out a drop of blood on the jade belt in front of Taoist Tianlei. The jade belt glowed beautifully, and the next second, it automatically wrapped around Xiaoya's waist. The jade belt could be large or small, change color and pattern, and be moved at will, making it convenient for field distribution. Xiaoya liked the Tao Protection Jade Belt very much. She smiled so hard that her eyes curved into crescent moons.
Thank you, Master Tianlei.
Taoist Tianlei laughed, pointed his finger again, and the second gift flew out. It was a piece of clothing equally exquisite and gorgeous, and looked somewhat similar to the jade belt for protecting the way. The only difference was that the clothing was not inlaid with origin crystals. However, the exquisite lines on the clothing were refined from the origin crystals. This dress was very beautiful, and Xiaoya was immediately attracted to it. From childhood to adulthood, she had never seen such beautiful clothes. Taoist Tianlei introduced,
This dress is called the Tao Protection Jade Clothing, and it is a set with the Tao Protection Jade Belt. The jade clothing has 2 layers. The inner layer is attached to the soul and protects the soul. The outer garment and the jade belt can protect the body. The jade garment can absorb the power of the origin between heaven and earth to replenish strength, and it can also be replenished through the jade belt. When used alone, it can also resist the attack of the second realm of Taoism. If used together with the jade belt, it can resist the attack of the third realm of Taoism.
After that, Taoist Tianlei placed the jade garment in front of Xiaoya. After Xiaoya completed the blood recognition, the jade garment immediately appeared on her. This appearance could be changed according to Xiaoya's ideas. Xiaoya called sweetly,
Thank you, Master Tianlei. Master Tianlei is so nice.
Taoist Tianlei seemed to be very fond of Xiaoya's tricks, and his usually serious face was coaxed into a smile, like a blooming chrysanthemum. Lin Moyu saw it all. Taoist Tianlei really had never taken a disciple. Such good things, he just took them out. Even if Gu Nianshui, a direct descendant of the Holy Land, had many magic weapons, he couldn't match Xiaoya's 2. With the jade clothes and jade belt, Xiaoya immediately became invincible under the Taoist master. Taoist Tianlei smiled.
Don't worry, there's more.
The third gift flew out, which was a short sword. Judging from the style, it was a set with the jade clothes and jade belt. Sure enough, after Taoist Tianlei's introduction, it was indeed a complete set. The sword was called the Tao Protection Soul Sword, but the Tao Protection Soul Sword could not be used at ordinary times. It would only take the initiative to attack when it was attacked fatally. It could exert the attack of the first realm of Tao, and even the peak Tianzuan was very likely to be killed. The jade clothes and jade belt were mainly for defense, and the Tao Protection Soul Sword would automatically kill in danger. The meaning of Taoist Tianlei giving these 3 magic weapons was not to let Xiaoya rely too much on them, but purely to ensure Xiaoya's safety. With these 3 magic weapons, even if Lin Moyu wanted to kill Xiaoya, it would be difficult. It can be said that whoever dares to kill Xiaoya below the Daozuan realm will eventually be killed. Taoist Tianlei continued,
With these 3 magic weapons, your safety should not be a problem, but the master does not want you to rely on them. In the world, the only thing you can really rely on is your own strength.
Xiaoya was very well behaved and saluted Taoist Tianlei.
Xiaoya will remember the teachings of Master Tianlei.
Taoist Tianlei nodded slightly.
This is the last one, you keep it.
The last item was a storage ring. After Xiaoya completed the recognition of the master, she saw the contents of the storage ring, and her eyes suddenly widened.
There are so many origin crystals.
Taoist Tianlei nodded.
You can use these origin crystals for cultivation, or use them to replace the origin crystals on the jade belt. Although the number is not large, it is enough for you to use for a while.
Xiaoya was surprised.
Too much, Xiaoya can't use so much.
Taoist Tianlei chuckled.
Master gave it to you. Just take it, practice well, and don't be lazy.
Xiaoya nodded her head, like a chicken pecking at rice.
Master, don't worry, I won't be lazy.
Taoist Tianlei nodded.
Then we will leave first, you practice well.
After saying that, he waved his hand and left with Lin Moyu. It took Xiaoye a long time to come back to her senses, and then she collected her mind and began to practice. Her boxing was vigorous, full of momentum, and extraordinary power. In the Sea of Thunder, Lin Moyu came back to his senses and looked at Taoist Tianlei beside him.
Senior, you are too good to Xiaoye.
Taoist Tianlei snorted lightly.
My disciples should not be underestimated. A few magic weapons are nothing. After the trip to Leishan, you have to pass on the Tao on my behalf. After 100 years, I will check it. If you don't do badly, I may leave Leishan and come to find you.
2577 ## chapter 2577. Shamelessly acknowledging the Big Brother. Lin Moyu had no doubt that Taoist Tianlei had the ability to find him. Even if he stayed away from Leishan or even left Nanzhou, it might not be useful. The power of a Dao 9 realm cultivator was beyond his imagination. It was obvious that Taoist Tianlei valued this disciple he had just accepted very much, and he also valued his own inheritance. Lin Moyu immediately agreed.
Don't worry, Senior. I will do my best to teach her.
Taoist Tianlei nodded.
You don't have to call me Senior all the time. We are both Xiaoye's masters now, and we are equals. Just call me brother.
Lin Moyu was not polite and changed his words directly.
Big brother Tianlei, I am taller than you.
Lin Moyu's face was so thick that it had no edge. Otherwise, he would not have called Antares his brother back then, and it would have been impossible for him to become friends with Tianlong and Shueji Tianzun later. It was the same now. Since Taoist Tianlei had spoken himself, Lin Moyu would not be polite and directly called him Big Brother. If one day Taoist Tianlei can really break through the 9th realm of Taoism and be reborn in Nirvana, then Lin Moyu would make a fortune. Lin Moyu had seen that Taoist Tianlei was actually a very simple person, just like his Taoism, simple and direct. There was no harm in getting along with him. Taoist Tianlei shook his head.
Don't talk about climbing up. You have deep luck, boundless blessings, and your achievements are limitless. Maybe I will rely on you in the future. What I said is not nonsense. This possibility is very high. The journey of practicing Taoism is long and boundless, and it is hard to say who can reach the end first. After wasting hundreds of thousands of years, it is unclear what will happen next.
Lin Moyu listened to Taoist Tianlei's words.
Brother, what you said makes sense. I will learn from you.
Taoist Tianlei continued.
Now that Leishan is open, the 7th level origin spiritual vein outside Leishan has been activated, and it is not convenient for you to leave for the time being. You should practice here during this period of time. If you don't understand anything, just ask. Although our paths are different, my cultivation experience can still provide a reference. It's just that the structure of the origin continent has changed over the past few 100,000 years, and I'm out of date, so let's not talk about it.
Taoist Tianlei's thinking is simple, direct, and straightforward. With such a senior in the 9th realm of the Tao by his side, Lin Moyu naturally wouldn't be polite and raised many questions. Most of the questions were related to the cultivation of the Great Tao. After entering the Tianzun realm, although Lin Moyu had his own ideas about the path of cultivation, he didn't know whether his ideas were right or not. He was still adapting to the origin continent, and his cultivation had not moved for a long time, always maintaining the level of just entering the Tianzun. He tried to comprehend the Great Tao, but the Tao of the origin continent is not so easy to comprehend. Whether it is the immortal Great Tao, the space Great Tao, or the time Great Tao, he had tried them all, but the results were very limited. At this speed of cultivation, it would take at least thousands of years to go from a low-level Tianzun to a mid-level Tianzun. For Lin Moyu, who is used to rapid progress, the speed of cultivation is unbearable. Moreover, Lin Moyu also wanted to establish his own power in the origin continent, so that those people in the big world would not be rootless duckweed after entering the origin continent. In addition, Lin Moyu felt that establishing power would also be useful for his own cultivation. Taoist Tianlei answered Lin Moyu's questions.
To cultivate in the origin continent, One must inevitably understand the Great Tao. Understanding the Great Tao is a slow process. Even if you have a good understanding, it takes time. If you want to speed up your cultivation, the easiest way is to borrow the origin spiritual vein. However, there are very few origin spiritual veins, and most of them are controlled by various forces, and the higher the level, the more so. In addition to the origin spiritual veins, there is also luck related to cultivation.
In the explanation of Taoist Tianlai, Lin Moyu gradually understood the various key points of cultivation. His idea was not wrong. The origin is the key to cultivation. If you want to speed up the cultivation, you must rely on a large amount of origin. The best choice is to use the origin spiritual veins, and the second is to use the origin crystals. The higher the level of the origin crystals, the better. In addition to the power of the origin, luck is also closely related to cultivation. Lin Moyu's personal luck is very good, almost at the top. At the same time, his luck is also very strong. Strong luck can keep his luck at the top and rarely fluctuate. Strong luck can also make Lin Moyu turn danger into good fortune, and his cultivation is also smooth sailing with few bottlenecks. But the luck of a single person always has a limit, so if you establish a sect power, you can gather the luck of the entire sect power into one, making your own luck stronger. Strong luck can make Lin Moyu's practice smooth. Taoist Tianlai sighed in his answer. He was alone in the past, and his biggest mistake was not to establish a sect. If he had established a sect and had the blessing of the sect's luck, perhaps his ending would be different. According to his words, he did not lose in cultivation but in luck. Luck is something illusory, but it really exists. Taoist Tianlai explained to Lin Moyu the points that need to be paid attention to in each realm. The two have different paths, but many experiences are shared. Lin Moyu finally understood the difference between the Heavenly Venerable Realm and the Taoist Venerable Realm. In the Heavenly Venerable Realm, one can initially mobilize the power of the Great Tao and use the Heavenly Tao calendar for his own use. In the Taoist Venerable Realm, one can control the power of the Great Tao. Within a certain range, he is the Venerable of the Great Tao, so he is called the Taoist Venerable. According to the number of Great Taos that can be controlled, it is divided into 1 to 9 realms. Taoist Venerable 9 realms, such as Taoist Tianlai, has already mastered the entire Great Tao and can burst out the full power of the Heavenly Tao. His Thunder Great Tao is Yang and has the power to destroy the world. Using and controlling are two completely different concepts, so the gap between the Heavenly Venerable and the Taoist Venerable is huge. If you encounter someone who practices the same Great Tao, the Taoist Venerable Realm can even deprive the Heavenly Venerable Realm of the ability to sense the Great Tao, greatly weakening the power of the Heavenly Venerable, and there is no way to fight. At the same time, by using the power of the Great Tao, the Taoist Venerable Realm will have some magical abilities, which are also incomparable to the Heavenly Venerable Realm. After having a certain understanding of the Taoist Venerable Realm, Lin Moyu asked,
What realm is above the Taoist realm?
Taoist Tianlai's eyes showed a trace of yearning.
That is a mysterious realm. Only when you really step into it will you know.
Lin Moyu asked curiously.
You don't know either?
Taoist Tianlai sighed.
I touched it once, and I could feel the mystery of that realm, but unfortunately, I didn't step into it.
Lin Moyu comforted.
Those who survive a great disaster will have good fortune in the future, and there will be opportunities in the future.
Taoist Tianlai laughed.
Then I'll borrow my good words from little brother Lin.
Lin Moyu suddenly thought of something.
Brother, do you know what the essence of Zushui is?
Taoist Tianlai was shocked.
Have you seen the essence of Zushui?
Seeing Taoist Tianlai's reaction, Lin Moyu knew that the essence of Zushui must be extraordinary. Taoist Tianlai said to himself,
The essence of Zushui, that is a legendary thing.
2578, 2578. Hashtag chapter 2578. Take a gamble. Lin Moyu once asked Tianlong about the essence of ancestral water. Tianlong knew of its existence but was unsure of its specific uses. According to Tianlong, the dragon god of the dragon clan once obtained a drop of the essence of ancestral water and regarded it as a treasure. At that time, Lin Moyu realized that the essence of ancestral water was extremely precious. He had obtained more than 10,000 drops of ancestral water and, after using some, still had over 9,000 drops. However, he only had 1 drop of the essence of ancestral water, whose value was tens of thousands of times greater than that of ordinary ancestral water. Now, seeing Tianlai Taoist's reaction, Lin Moyu felt it was normal. Tianlai Taoist had a trace of envy in his eyes.
The essence of ancestral water, that is a legendary thing. Only the ancestors of some holy lands and major sects have the opportunity to obtain it. How exactly it is obtained and where it comes from, I am not very clear. Anyway, I am not qualified.
Lin Moyu was shocked. Tianlai Taoist, who had reached the 9th realm of Taoism and even touched that mysterious realm, was not qualified to obtain the essence of ancestral water. Lin Moyu believed that even the ancestors of the Holy Lands might not be as high as Tianlai Taoist in terms of realm cultivation. Tianlai Taoist said,
"Do you feel strange? To obtain the essence of ancestral water, it depends not on cultivation but on luck. Of course, the realm of cultivation is also necessary, just passable. The most important thing is luck. Only when the luck reaches a certain level is there a chance to obtain a drop of ancestral water essence."
Lin Moyu was stunned for a moment. He could never have thought that to obtain the essence of ancestral water, the main factor would be such an illusory existence as luck. Tianlai Taoist continued,
"I only figured it out later that the reason why I failed to reach that realm was that my lack of luck was one of the reasons. If I had enough luck and could get a drop of ancestral water essence, maybe I wouldn't have failed."
Lin Moyu was surprised.
"Can the essence of ancestral water help to reach that realm?"
Tianlai Taoist nodded.
"If you want to reach that realm, the essence of ancestral water is not a must, and not having it does not mean failure. Having it does not mean success either. Otherwise, those holy lands and major sects would have already had people step into that realm. It's just that if you can have the essence of ancestral water, you can greatly increase the success rate. So you have to build a sect, gather a lot of luck, and finally get the essence of ancestral water, and strive to enter that realm. The old Taoist has nothing to help you here. Here are some origin crystals. You keep them, maybe they will be useful in the future."
Tianlai Taoist took out a few origin crystals and placed them in front of Lin Moyu. These origin crystals all had attributes. Origin crystals with attributes, at some point, can be more valuable than ordinary origin crystals, or at least equal. Tianlai Taoist took out a total of 10 origin crystals, each of which was a fine-quality 8th-level origin crystal, and their value was inestimable. Lin Moyu was surprised and quickly refused.
"No, these origin crystals are useful to you, brother."
Tianlai Taoist waved his hand.
"No problem, it's a little gift from your brother. Don't refuse."
Lin Moyu looked at the 10 exquisite 8th-level origin crystals in front of him and was a little moved. He knew that these 8th-level origin crystals had extraordinary significance to Tianlai Taoist. Origin spirit veins can produce origin crystals, and a large part of the origin crystals in the origin continent comes from origin spirit veins. But normally, the origin crystals naturally produced by the origin spirit veins will be lower than their original level. The origin crystals produced by an 8th-level origin spirit vein are basically 6th level or 5th level. Even 7th level ones are not produced very well, not to mention origin crystals equivalent to the origin spirit veins. The origin spiritual vein in Leishan is of the 8th order, and the origin crystals normally produced should be of the 5th or 6th order. Most of them are still of the ordinary order, and the proportion of fine-quality crystals is not large. Only when it is controlled by humans will the origin spiritual vein condense and produce origin crystals of the same level as the spiritual vein. This production method actually harms the spiritual vein, and it will not be done under normal circumstances. Tianlai Taoist can easily take out many 5th and 6th order origin crystals, and even a small number of 7th order origin crystals. Because those are naturally produced and condensed by the spiritual vein, there will be no impact on the origin spiritual vein. But now Tianlai Taoist has taken out 10 fine-quality 8th order origin crystals, which will obviously cause damage to the origin spiritual vein in Leishan. He originally hoped that the origin spiritual vein could be promoted to the ninth order. Only in this way can he be reborn and impact that realm again. Now it is not a good thing for Tianlai Taoist to forcibly condense the fine-quality 8th order origin crystals and consume part of the power of the origin spiritual vein. Even if the spirit vein is strong enough, 10 origin crystals are nothing, but sometimes it is just like this and it can't be any worse. Tianlai Taoist didn't care.
Little brother Lin, don't worry. Although I hope the spirit vein can be promoted to the 9th level, it is so difficult to promote to the 9th level. I am just thinking about it. Maybe it won't be able to open in another 1,000,000 years. If things go wrong, you will have reached the 9th level of Taoism by then, or even enter that level 1 step earlier than me, and I will have to rely on you to save me. So, keep it well and don't think too much.
Lin Moyu could tell that Tianlai Taoist really wanted him to take it. He believed in his spiritual perception and could feel that Tianlai Taoist had no ill will towards him but really recognized him. He practiced the great way of thunder and practiced only the way, and the yang thunder. Tianlai Taoist was just like his way, upright and straightforward. Otherwise, he would not have been able to reach the 9th level of the way. The great way that a practitioner comprehends is actually related to his original heart. Lin Moyu did not refuse and put away the origin crystals. Tianlai Taoist smiled.
That's right. There is still some time, and the old Taoists will guide the power of the origin for you to help you practice. With the 8th level spiritual vein, the practice of these few days is equivalent to many years outside.
Lin Moyu was moved and said to himself,
Let's take a gamble.
Lin Moyu, who never did anything without confidence, decided to take a gamble at this moment. Sometimes being cautious is a good thing, but sometimes being overly cautious is not a good thing. Lin Moyu said,
Brother, I was lucky enough to get a drop of the essence of ancestral water.
Tianlai Taoist, who was about to activate the power of the origin of the spiritual vein, stopped on the spot. He stared at Lin Moyu blankly and then said,
Are you joking?
But the next second, his eyes widened, and he couldn't say a word. A drop of water the size of a fingernail appeared in Lin Moyu's hand. This drop of water was extremely pure, without a trace of impurities, as if it was the purest thing in the world. But in the water drop, countless great ways were condensed. As a strong man in the 9th realm of Taoism, Tianlai Taoist's eyes were attracted at once, and then his whole body trembled. He opened his mouth several times and then closed it several times without uttering a word. To make a being who has lived for millions of years and reached the 9th realm of Taoism become like this, you can imagine how much impact the essence of ancestral water has on him. After a long while, he barely recovered.
Take it back.
2579, 2579.